Hi everyone, welcome back. I will admit the title of this video is a little aggressive. I don't know what adjective to use here, but I am well aware that most of you watching this video are not going to stop buying eyeshadow palettes. I know I am most likely never going to stop buying eyeshadow palettes, but what I wanted to do with this video is show you some of my favorite single eyeshadows, because I know that many of you, just like myself, we get drawn into, number one, the hype of newly released eyeshadow palettes, and also the beauty of these palettes. If you love makeup and you love color, you see a new palette being released and you ooh and ah over it, and you think, oh, that's such a beautiful gold shimmer, that's beautiful, that's such a beautiful blue or purple, and even though you know you will likely never use half the shades in a palette, you still buy it because we rationalize things in our head. We think, oh, it's pretty, it's convenient, having all these shadows in one, or if you break it down to individual shadows, it's actually not that expensive. So we rationalize all these things in our head. When it comes to makeup, a lot of you do want to start paring down and only buying things, new things that you know you're going to use and that you really need. And a lot of times I get asked by friends and family that don't wear a lot of makeup, they'll say, what eyeshadow palette should I get if, you know, I'm a minimalist? So I always tell people to make their own palettes, because as a makeup artist, that's really, you know, I don't freelance anymore, but when I used to freelance, sure, I had makeup palettes, but I also made a lot of my own palettes. I've always been one to buy a lot of singles, and I've been asked over and over to show some of my favorites. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So if you'd like to see my top 10 favorite eyeshadow singles, then please keep on watching. Choosing the first three were no-brainers. I have been loving this first one for years. I have gone through many of them. This is Woodwinked from MAC, and it's actually what I have on my lid right now. There's just something about this Velux Pearl formula that I really like. It goes on full color without having to wet your brush. It's just the right amount of shimmer. It doesn't make more crepey lids look older. It's just stunning, and it's flattering on so many eye colors. The next one is this beautiful shimmering lilac color called Smoky Mauve. And I love to use Smoky Mauve on my lid and then pair it with this shade, I'm Into It, on the outer corners. I'm Into It is a deep matte burgundy, but it's not so red or purple that it makes my eyes look sick or makes me look ill like some burgundy shades can. I cannot live without these three shades. And again, it's not just about the color, it's about the formula. There's something about these specific color and formula combos that just work so well. Let's move on to a shimmer, another shimmer that I've been in love with for several years. This is Pink Champagne from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is another favorite lid color of mine. I believe it's in a couple of the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes as well, but I bought it individually because I love it that much. I reach for it a lot when I'm doing a halo or spotlight eye, where you have a darker color in the inner portion of the eye, the inner third and the outer third, and then a pop of a lighter color, usually a shimmer in the center for the spotlight effect. And this is gorgeous for that effect. And you can use this wet or dry. Wet, it comes out so vibrant and stunning. Now the next shadow I want to show you, I'm just going to go by what I've used up most in some of these palettes. This is just a basic everyday shade. It's called Vanilla. And again, color, formula, pigmentation, blendability, it's all here in one perfect ivory eyeshadow, which is great for using under the brow. It's what I use if I want to do an all matte look with maybe a cut crease and a matte lid. It's just perfect. It's not too yellow. It's an ivory. or vanilla, like the name says, but it doesn't pull to yellow or it doesn't pull pink. It is just a true ivory, and this is another shade that I have gone through several of. So now I want to show you my 3 favorite neutral browns. The first one is a recent discovery. I was sent a bunch of shadows from a company called Sydney Grace, and these shadows are, I think, only $5 or $6 each. And this shade, Iced Mocha, is the perfect transition color or for when you want to blend out your eyeshadow at the very end. Next up is Saddle from MAC. This is another one that I have loved and repurchased over and over for years. It's a great transition shade for all skin tones. All you have to do if you're more fair is use just a really light hand, and then if you're darker, it's very, very buildable. And it's just a nice neutral matte brown that doesn't pull too red. For a little bit more of a redder tone, I always reach for Cocoa Bear. So I can do a great everyday look with these 3 shades, the Iced Mocha from Sydney Grace, the Saddle from MAC, and Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek. This trio just makes the perfect neutral everyday eye for me and for a lot of people. I have this one client that would come to Las Vegas for conventions, and during the day she wanted a more just natural business, professional look, and then at night, she wanted to glitz it up with some sparkle and some glitter. But during the day, these 3 shades, along with the MAC Vanilla, were perfect. So if you want a great neutral quad for every day, these 3 plus MAC Vanilla, I'll take a picture and insert it on the screen of the 4 together. That would be a perfect everyday palette. All right, I've already spoken about Woodwink being one of my favorite lighter sort of bronzy gold shades, but when I want to go more copper or golden, like do a bronzy gold copper look, I like to reach for this shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills called Golden Copper. This shade is so flattering on people with blue or green eyes. It really just makes them pop. And Anastasia Beverly Hills, I think, does a great job with her eyeshadows. Any company that lets you choose your own colors, I salute you. Because as I said at the beginning of this video, I really feel like that's the way to go. I see more and more brands launching individual shades lately. I know Pat McGrath and some other companies just did. I have not tried any of the Pat McGrath singles just yet, but I'm sure I will. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Do I own any colorful eyeshadows? Do I have any favorite brighter, bolder shades? And the answer is no, I really don't. This is my typical everyday look. I reach for neutral browns. The shimmers that I use are always going to be more subtle. I like golds and coppers and like lavender pinks like you saw. I was sent some of these brighter shades like this one from Sydney Grace, and I don't know when I'm going to wear it. I want to step out of my comfort zone and do more colorful looks and even show you guys here on YouTube how to wear color over a certain age. So maybe I'll give it a try. This is a beautiful color. It is called Megalodon, not London. My eyes are so bad. Megalodon? I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm butchering it. But it's a beautiful color. It says that it is a pressed pigment. So that's just a bonus pick. It's not part of the 10. My 10th and final single is not actually an eyeshadow. It's a highlighter, but I use it for both. I love this shade for my tear duct, for brightening my tear duct and popping a little bit of shimmer under the brow. This is also from Sydney Grace. It's called Golden Wonder. And once again, it's a highlighter. I have it on as a highlighter too. Prior to receiving Golden Wonder, I used MAC's Nylon for years and years as my tear duct brightener and under the brow. But this Golden Wonder has replaced it. It's a little less yellow than Nylon, but still very bold and bright, and it works, as you can see, beautifully as a highlighter, which is what it is. So I do believe that is 10. And yeah, those are definitely my favorite single eyeshadows of all time. I really hope you all enjoyed this and found it helpful. If you did, I always appreciate those thumbs ups that you give my videos. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you as part of the Risa Does Makeup family. So please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And then if you'd like to, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. My username is the same everywhere. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.